When we hear the word abuse, we often think immediately of physical or sexual ones. However, these aren't the only types of abuse. It can also exist in forms that cannot be seen by the naked eye, like mental and emotional abuse. Although it doesn't cause any physical scars and bruises, it is as deadly as the former types of abuse. In today's inspiration calling video, we will help you learn more about emotional abuse and how to detect them in any sort of relationship. But before we even get there, help us grow our community by subscribing to our channel. This is a safe space to learn more about you, your personality, and anything involving psychology. Please don't forget to click the notification bell too so we can notify you whenever we upload new content. If you're done with that, let's get straight into the video. Usually, abuse, especially in romantic relationships, follows 4 different phases. Experts call this the cycle of abuse. This is composed of these phases. 1. Tension build. This is where noticeable changes from your partner can occur, such as obvious signs of frustration or anger. 2. Abuse. Here, the emotional, physical, or sexual abuse starts happening. 3. Reconciliation. After the abuse happens, the abusive partner tries to get the victim back by apologizing and justifying their actions. 4. State of calm. This is where the abusive partner tries to promise the victim that it will never happen again or that they will start to change. With knowing these phases, it is important to keep in mind that not every abuse happens exactly like the abuse cycle. Most of the time, it starts with the things you wouldn't even think of as abuse. This is why it is important to know other bases on when things should be considered as abuse. Here are signs to look out for. 1. Your partner makes you feel ashamed for yourself. Our friends or partners may even make fun of us for some of the embarrassing things we do from time to time. If they do, they might make you remember it while they laugh. However, the source of the action is what distinguishes this form of teasing from the emotional abuse that bears a stigma. Love and sensitive playfulness are the foundations of healthy teasing. The purpose of shamers who emotionally abuse you, on the other hand, is to make you feel ashamed of yourself, not merely for the sake of amusement. They may make you feel guilty for your ideas or deeds if they manage to influence you. At the end of interacting with them, you might start questioning as to why you did things or start feeling ashamed of your own identity. This is not what a supportive partner would make you feel. The same also applies if they embarrass you in front of other people. Many couples will probably tell you that supporting your partner in public while correcting them in private is a sign of a healthy relationship. You follow this rule to prevent making your partner feel bad. But emotional abuse has the exact opposite effect. They make you feel like you don't deserve better things by making fun of you whenever they can. It can include private actions that make you feel less than human and can shame you in public. Another form of putting shame on you is through verbally abusing you. If your partner has the tendencies to throw out harsh words, yell at you, or even make you a victim of mood swings, there is a high risk that emotional abuse is starting. 2. They love to point fingers at you. You will be prompted to accept responsibility for your faults by partners who have healthy mindsets and healthy relationships. But it doesn't progress to the point where they completely blame you. When they appear to blame you even for circumstances over which you had no influence, you will know that emotional abuse has already occurred. Even if it wasn't your fault, they'll still get angry and hold you responsible. They will turn to blaming you if you talk about how they have wronged you rather than pleading for forgiveness. False accusations may influence you to adopt people-pleasing behaviors. For instance, if someone constantly accuses you of infidelity, you could go above and beyond to give attention to them. If you think they would question you where you are, you can opt to stop leaving the house. If your partner gives you the impression that things would not have happened the way they did solely if you had not done anything, it may be time to re-evaluate your connection with them. 3. They criticize you. Cruel criticism without any hints of it being beneficial is especially obvious in situations when there has been emotional abuse. They may be so harsh with you that they point out every single thing they don't like about you, and they may even do it in a way that offends you. You might be talking about something you are very excited about in public. You get so giddy and you talk faster than usual because you've been waiting for this one thing to happen. You're excited to show your partner how much you anticipated this thing, but they just get back at you with, "You need to get yourself together. you're acting like a kid. That may be a sign that he is emotionally abusing you. No matter how enraged you become, your love for them prevents you from speaking such derogatory things about them and in their presence. If the other person doesn't bother calling you rude and disrespectful names, telling jokes at your expense, and ridiculing you in other ways, what you're going through right now can be emotional abuse. Remember that jokes are meant to be humorous, not hurtful, even if they try to gaslight you and convince you that you're reacting inappropriately to a joke. 4. Manipulation and guilt tripping. Guilt tripping is the practice of making another person feel bad or responsible for altering their behavior, or doing a specific action. Due to how effective a motivator it can be for human behavior, people can use guilt as a tactic to affect other people's ideas, feelings, and behavior. Thus, guilt is an extremely effective manipulative tool. A person who abuses your emotions might make you feel inadequate or like you've let them down, forcing you to give in to their demands in an effort to win their approval. You can be acting out of guilt if you're not doing it completely voluntarily and with your agreement. 5. They don't care about your feelings. Validating what the other person might feel or say is one method to keep a dialogue open and healthy. You must pay attention to what they have to say and really evaluate what they are discussing. When your emotional or physical needs are not met, neglect may result. Emotional neglect occurs when someone purposely withholds affection from you or treats you in silence. Those who have endured emotional abuse frequently feel as though their beliefs, principles, or opinions are disregarded. Every time they speak up, their abuser either ignores them or dismisses them. The majority of them now feel unimportant and doubt their own contributions as a result of this. One of the objectives of emotional abuse is this. 6. They monitor every move you make. You are still allowed to have your own privacy even if you are in a relationship. In contrast, the abuser will attempt to rob you of your independence and privacy by keeping tabs on every aspect of your life when they engage in emotional abuse. This can appear as someone reading your messages, looking through your social media, or showing up at events you're attending even though they weren't invited. You may feel violated and untrusted by your own partner as a result, and you may not have any privacy. Aside from these things, there are also signs in yourself that you should watch out for. If you notice any of the following, it might mean that the emotional abuse is already taking effect. Here is a checklist we made for you. Withdrawal from social circle. Low self-esteem. You get afraid of your partner. You feel the need to adapt according to other people's expectation. You don't know yourself anymore. Dependence or codependence. You don't feel safe in expressing yourself. You notice changes in your sleeping, eating, or weight patterns. Declining mental health condition. If you or someone you know relate to any of the signs, please do not hesitate to seek out the help from the professionals. There are hotlines for violence victims you can turn to. There is no shame in asking for help. Your safety should be the top priority. That's it for today's video. You can leave any of your questions, suggestions, or reactions in the comments section below. We'd love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get notified whenever a new video is up. Until next time. Thank you for watching.